Today we're going to change what's called rational expressions. The rational expressions are exponents, or when you have fractions as exponents. So what this means is we're going to write it in radical form. And so the denominator tells us the root of the radical, and the numerator tells us what we are going to take what power. So writing x to the 1/6 is the same thing as 6th root of x to the first power. Now we can take these radical expressions and change them into radicals and then simplify. So this becomes 81 to the 4th root, and because it's a negative exponent, it's in the denominator. So if we take this and now simplify this, to simplify that, I take 81 and I do a factor tree until I get the factors. And I'm looking for 4 of them. When I have 4 of them, such as the factors of 3, then they come out of the radicals. So my answer ends up being 1/3. The next problem is a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to write it in radical form. So it's 216 to the 2nd power, 3rd root. So I want to break 216 down into its factors. So I'm going to do factor tree, 216. So I divide by 2, and I keep dividing until I get all the factors, which are 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Because I'm squaring it, I have 2 of them. So I'll have 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Now, to come out of the radical, remember, we're looking for groups of 3, the root. So these 3 2's come out, these 3 2's come out, these 3 3's come out, and these 3 3's also come out. And so by doing that, if I multiply, I end up with 4 times 9, which is 36. So the answer is 36. In this problem, we want to simplify this expression. There are several ways we can do it, but what we're going to do, because both we have the same denominators, I'm going to combine the fractions, and I'll get 6/7. To simplify, we want it in radical form. So now I'm going to make my radical, it's this root of 7, a to the 6th power, and this would be our answer. With this problem, we're going to do the same thing except there's nothing to add, but the negative tells us we want it 1/b to the 5th sixth. And by doing that, we then change 1 over the radical 6th root, b to the 5th power. Now the problem with the radical in the denominator is that we can't leave it, so we have to rationalize this denominator. To do that, if you remember, we want to be able to multiply the number that will give us a 6th root. So in this case, we want to multiply by b, the 6th root. And if we do that, we have to multiply both the top and the bottom by that. When I do the denominator and I'm multiplying, and the top's pretty simple, 1 times radical 6, so it would be b to the radical 6. But in the denominator, I actually get radical 6 and b to the 6th power, which, when I have 6 b's, 1 gets to come out, so my denominator changes to b, and my numerator is what multiplied b to the 6th root times 1. So this would be my answer when it's rationalized. We will review this process of rationalizing the denominator in the next section.